it's a skill-based game, Todd. So once you get good, you can you can maybe.
I need one of you guys. I need one of you guys to buy Remnant so I can have someone help me because I'm so hard stuck right
Do
now.
you need to play the first game? Like I don't.
No. I've heard like multiple people say no.
I don't know. I know Cam just bought, friend of the show, Cam Hawkins just bought the first one to rally through it because he wants to play the second one and he wants to finish the first one first, and he's trying to get me to buy it, and I just don't have the time right now.
It's not on Game Pass anymore?
No, it's not on Game Pass anymore. At least I didn't check, but I don't think it is. So I don't know. It's low priority. What I actually, and we can kind of just like go over the place right now. I 100%ed Pikmin 4, which we'll get to later in the episode. But after that, aside from some other things I've been working on for some other projects, I dip back into Octopath 2, and it's fucking so good. And I think that's gonna be my main focus, kind of, until I feel like I'm still not 100%. So I'm like, don't want to necessarily sit at my fucking desk and play Final Fantasy or Jedi or anything. But I mean, those are on the table for me to get back to, pretty quickly soon. But I just I need to basically lay down to play games right now. So Octopath is the next logical step, and it's fucking fantastic. But before we hop into things, Mike, I know you saw one teenage, one mutant, one ninja, one turtle film this week.
Uh-huh.
What are your spoiler free? How you feeling about the turtles in time? Not in time. What's the tagline for the movie? Does it have a tagline?
Maybe.
Mutant Mayhem.
Mutant Mayhem. Okay.
Mutant Mayhem. It was a fun film, and it's
was there
funny.
mayhem?
There was so much mayhem. There were a lot of mutants, and it's kind of cool. Cool is not the right word, but I like the fact that the turtles were actually teenage.
I dig that too. Yeah.
And I don't know if it's because
I
particularly
like the fact that they were mutant.
Yes, and Dom had told me separately. He said, "I'm sick and tired of these anthropomorphic turtles. They don't seem very mutated. They just seem, human-like."
They're just like older than teenage, anthropomorphic.
Tortoise.
I guess they're still ninjas, but
they're still. I mean, ninja. You could argue the fact that 6 foot tall turtle creatures don't have the qualities of a ninja. They're not blending into the background. They try to. You've got classic Raph wearing a trench coat and a fucking fedora.
Wait,
in the 1990s. No, he doesn't. I'm talking about
he did it in one of the movies.
I know that.
Yeah, first one,
I thought if that was a reference in this, I mean, I guess spoilers.
Spoilers. They do briefly play the ninja rap. Very brief.
Get out of here. No spoilers.
Yeah.
I'm seeing it in 2 weeks.
Yeah, see it, Todd. Bring your kids. I want to see what your kids. I need the young people to see it. I need to know how they feel.
Mike.
Amanda bought.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, go ahead.
No. I was just gonna say, Mike. Go ahead.
Just fucking someone talk.
No, I was just gonna say.
Stop it. Amanda bought Leonardo and I think Raphael, so they're gonna wear their masks because they're so fucking excited. Oh, they are so pumped to see this movie.
There's a part in the movie that I think Todd would really appreciate that I'm not gonna say anything about. And
it's Seth Rogen does the Seth Rogen laugh.
No, Seth Rogen. There was a couple voice actors in this movie that I forgot were in the film. Until
Paul Rudd,
I watched the credits. Paul Rudd is one of them.
Does Seth Rogen play a character in the movie?
He's either Bebop or Rocksteady.
Yes,
John Cena's one of them, and
John Cena's one, and Seth Rogen's the other. Yeah, I was gonna say something else just now. Yeah. So anyway, as a kid, the turtles were older than me, so you could just be anything, and I would just be like, yeah, they're teenagers. And now that I'm fucking 30 something. They're like, these are fucking kids. These are children. Oh, yeah, they're teenagers. Okay, it's right in the name. Brenden, you were going to say something, but you kept interrupting Todd.
Oh, I was going to say that you, or maybe Todd was interrupting me, Mike. Jeez. I was going to say you changed your review from what you texted me and what you said on the show just now. So I'm curious if your opinion actually changed. I asked.
Did Mike give a review of the movie?
Yeah, it was 3 words. It was 3 words. It was 3 words. I had texted him about something else the night that he saw it, and he's like, "Well, I'm going into watching Ninja Turtles, so I'll leave you up to making this decision or whatever the fuck." And then when I was like, "Oh, let me know how it is," and Mike texted me when he left the movie at some point and wrote, "It was a fine kids film" or something. So you're removing that because I feel like that is like a maybe like negative take on it. So you didn't say that this time. You didn't say it was a good kids film.
That's perfect. That's what I want to hear.
No, I said it's a fine kids film, but then I needed Todd to validate it for me with his own children.
Okay.
I enjoyed it, and I think it is a good kids film, but I need. Do you think it's market research?
Not kids film. Like you enjoyed it. Like
I enjoyed it. There's a lot of. I mean, it's a dope soundtrack. First of all,
is it? I have a comparison question, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Is it closer to Super Mario Brothers, or is it closer to like Into the Spider-Verse?
Closer to Spider-Verse.
So where it's like a solid movie all around, but also a good kids movie.
Yes.
Okay. Good. Because
there's a decent plot.
Yes.
Okay. When you had said that, I was like, oh no, I hope was great. I hope the movie is good and not just like it's a kids film.
It's getting. I mean,
rave reviews.
The Rotten Tomatoes scores this morning were like 95 and 94.
Yeah, it's insane.
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. I love the Turtles. I've always loved the Turtles, so I'm happy to see the Turtles getting something good. I kind of want to look into and see if there's more information out there, but like, how the fuck did Seth Rogen like get attached to write? He wrote the movie, didn't he? Or co-wrote it, or wrote it?
He either wrote it or was just a producer.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I just feel like that's not typically the type of thing that he's doing.
He's been a huge producer over the last like 10 years.
Yeah, but like the stuff that he makes typically is not this. You know what I mean?
That's not this, but I think he probably has the cash. He's probably, when I say cash, I mean like CACHE
and the moolah.
Yeah, and he's got the paper.
Yeah, he's got the green. He's got all types of green, Mike.
He's got all types. Yeah.
House plan. If you want to sponsor the show, Todd will take all of your I don't know, furniture or whatever other weed accessories you have.
Anything.
Yeah, I think he's probably got enough pull, and probably also, given his age, probably has an affinity for the Turtles. Where
that's what I was going to say. He's probably a super fan. Like Todd said, The Boys, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Like these are probably just things that he like was like. I really like this. I want this to.
He was tied.
More.
He was
other comic book stuff too. Like,
he was he tied to what was that show on AMC that I want
Low Winter Sun?
Low Winter Sun. Preacher.
Low Winter Sun.
He did Preacher.
He was also did Preacher. He also did Low Winter Sun, but Preacher was what I was looking for.
Has there ever been another? I mean, I don't watch a lot of TV, so I don't know. I'm genuinely asking the panel here. Has there been another show that has like been this big deal, like a Breaking Bad? Where I'm sure there has, I just don't know because I don't watch TV. Like when it's on TV, that like they're heavily promoting this new show. There's got to be.
There probably is, but I think Low Winter Sun was just in a very unique position where Breaking Bad was fucking top of the world, and AMC said, "Okay, this probably hits all the same, probably checks all the same boxes that." Breaking Bad does for the fans. We need to heavily market this thing because as soon as Breaking Bad ends, and Breaking Bad was about to end, we want people to watch this show. We need to pick. We can't coast off of Walking Dead forever. Spoiler alert: no, they fucking can. They can keep playing Walking Dead till the end of time, and they're going to.
I'm so confused. Does Walking Dead still pull numbers? Because it's like on its third spinoff show, right? Or second spinoff show?
So mainline Walking Dead just ended, I believe. And now they've got like 3 or so spinoffs.
And I think the movies are about to come out, right?
And the movies are about to come out.
They got the Negan show right now. And they got
what are the movies? Are the movies...
We're getting a Daryl movie. We're getting a Daryl movie and a Rick movie, I think.
I think we're getting a Daryl show. I think it's a Rick movie.
Show,
Oh, I thought Daryl was a movie.
I think he's also. I think his show was supposed to be him and what was her name, Maggie?
No, that's
not Maggie.
Negan
Carol.
and Maggie have a show.
Carol. It was supposed to be Daryl and Carol.
Daryl and Carol.
We're supposed to have a show, but I think
I don't know anyone who's watching these shows.
Daryl, Carols, and Drives.
I was actually gonna bring up Fear the Walking Dead.
Fear the Walking Dead aired for a while.
As a show that got like overly promoted during Walking Dead.
Yes, 100%.
Because nobody was watching Fear the Walking Dead.
Yeah.
It ran for a few seasons. I think I think I watched a little bit of it.
They pulled off of Walking Dead to put him there, didn't they?
What's his name? I know who you're talking about.
Oh, the other guy. Yes. Oh, the guy that. Yeah,
Morgan?
the one that.
Morgan?
Morgan. Yeah, the one that was in the first episode of The Walking Dead, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
And then I think Rick ended up on that show.
I think.
Did he?
I think
because it was a prequel.
At least
for a while.
Crossover of some sort. They caught up.
Yeah, wasn't it? Wasn't the premise of that show? It was just the beginning of the outbreak in a different part of the country. Isn't that what the premise of the show was?
Yeah.
I think they started on the West Coast for some reason.
Which, like, I don't hate that premise. I think probably the biggest. I mean, I don't know if that show's good or not. I may have watched a few because I think when Fear the Walking Dead came out, I was still watching Walking Dead. I think.
It was right about when I was done with The Walking Dead when that show came out.
I mean, I know when I stopped watching Walking Dead. I don't know when Fear the Walking Dead came out. I stopped watching Walking Dead when Breaking Bad ended, because when Breaking Bad ended, I was like, there's no way Walking Dead is gonna like enthrall me the way this is. So like, I'm good with TV for right now.
The Walking Dead died for me when John Bernthal fucking died.
So the first fucking season?
Season
Get
2.
the fuck out
Season
of here.
2.
I think it's season 2 because I watched the first season. I did not watch anything else after that. So
no, I like the.
He was still alive when I finished.
I mean, let me pull back. I liked what I watched of The Walking Dead. I don't know how much it veered from the comics. Not that it matters because I didn't read the comics anyway.
Yeah.
But
it veered like in season 2.
They fucked up the governor. Is that what his name was? The governor?
The prison
they
guy?
fucked up his. Yeah, they had to like redo it, and then they did like another governor show off like in season 4 after season 3, and it was like a whole fucking mess.
I read some of the comics. I don't remember how.
I have so many. I have so many of those fucking original ones from like the first like couple of like not the first 3, but
the cover with the fly on the eye or whatever.
Yeah, that one's so good.
Anyways, welcome.
Real quick.
Oh, go ahead.
Real quick before we go any farther, I pulled up Seth Rogen's producer credits for TV: Preacher, Future Man, Black Monday, The Boys, Invincible.
Oh yeah,
Pam and
Invincible.
Tommy.
How do we forget that? Yeah, Jesus.
Pam and Tommy, and then the Boys spinoff thing, and then apparently he's producing a Darkwing Duck show and a Tailspin show.
That's awesome.
I was, that tracks, but I was really hoping that at the end of it, it's like, he was joking, but yes, he did produce Low Winter Sun.
Yeah.
Anyway, the last thing I want to say about TMNT Mutant Mayhem, I can't actually say Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles very quickly, so I say TMNT. Donatello in the movie is a straight up weeb, among other things, and it does play into the plot a little bit, which I thought was kind of funny.
Okay, all right. Do they reference real anime or no?
Yes.
Oh.
They also reference real movies in general.
Well, I mean, I wonder if the stuff they reference is like Viacom.
I heard the ending.
No.
Doesn't the ending have to do with like anime? Like without spoiling anything? Like
stop. Nope. Just stop. What are we doing? No,
Is it current day? Or is it like 1980s?
It's current day.
Okay.
Interesting. Yeah, I was gonna say something. To go back to like the Seth Rogen thing, it's not that I don't think studios have faith in him to like put people in seats and like get people excited or whatever. I guess I was just more like, TMNT seems like a interesting thing for them to give the, kind of the fucking reins to someone like that for like a major motion picture. But also like, I kind of feel like, and I don't really, again, I'm not following TMNT super closely right now or like have been for like a while, but I don't know. Maybe because it's Nickelodeon, right? Maybe they're like,
yes,
hey, we need a fucking W. We need to try something different.
Yeah, the last 2 movies are trash. I've seen both of them. They were not good.
The last 2 were actually. Was there one after the Michael Bay?
There's a Nickelodeon cartoon that's okay, but like it's nothing like it's nothing crazy.
Okay, Because Michael Bay produced the 2 live action ones that had Megan Fox as April O'Neil.
Yeah.
Oh, I
those were
fucking forgot
movies.
about those.
I don't know if there's anything that came out between.
John Cena in the second one of those as well? Was he Bebop or Rocksteady in those?
I don't know, because I don't know I actually don't know who the antagonists were in either of those films.
Those films were actually called TMNT, right?
Yes,
I believe so.
First one in the theaters, and I don't know why or at what point that came out, but I saw it by myself in the theater. That is the first one of those.
I do want to watch those movies.
This first one was like whatever, but like the second one.
Am I looking at the right film? 2007? Does that sound right?
Yeah.
I feel that's too early, because I think
written and directed by Kevin Monroe.
No idea.
I don't know about that. See who produced this.
I'm looking at the cast, and this cast does not sound right. Chris Evans, Sarah Michelle Gellar, Kevin Smith, Patrick Stewart, Lawrence Fishburne.
See who April O'Neil is. If April O'Neil is Megan Fox, then it's the right movie.
No, it's
Sarah Michelle Gellar. Chris Evans played Casey Jones.
That's hilarious.
That's actually hilarious.
Okay, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2014. Megan Fox, Will Arnett. Okay.
Wait, who does Will Arnett play? Casey Jones?
Yes.
Fuck. Maybe I need to watch this movie.
Will Arnett is Vern Fenwick.
He's a camera guy. He's not fucking Casey Jones.
Is Will Arnett one of your? Wait a minute, Brenden. Is the entire cast of Arrested Development your 1%? If they show up in a movie, you have to watch it.
No comment. Anyways, welcome everyone to the Passing Controller podcast. there's at least one very old episode of the podcast where it was back when the intro was still me going, "Hey, welcome to the Passing Controller podcast," and Dom. I'm trying to do the intro, and Dom just keeps going, hey, and like everyone just keeps laughing, and it's like that for like fucking 5 minutes. Maybe it's not actually 5 minutes, but it feels like 5 minutes. Anyways, welcome everyone to the Passenger Roll Podcast, a show where a couple of best friends talk about the latest video games and nerd culture. Sometimes we have guests, sometimes we talk about TMNT too much, but can you really talk about TMNT too much? I don't think so.
See, it's hard.
It is hard. Either way, we have a new episode for you each and every week. As always, of course, I'm your host, Brenden Groom, and joining me on this lovely Friday evening is the anime senpai himself, the the Optimus. I was gonna say Megatron. I was gonna say Megatron Mike because you're wearing a fucking Transformer
Decepticon shirt.
Yeah, and I blew it. I said Omega, and I was like, Omega? Who the fuck is Omega? I mashed Optimus and Megatron. I fucked up. I really fucked up.
You fucked up.
Mike, how you doing?
I was shocked that you knew what day it was, because I think historically you would flip flop and be like, "What day is it anyway?" But you knew the day right off the bat,
Concussion
and then you flubbed Megatron, so it's a wash.
It's also because the Meg 2 just came out and it has a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes, so it's got down and they done.
I think it's up to 24%.
Oh wow!
Oh, good for them.
Wow.
How did that movie get a sequel? I'm still just like,
why is Jason Statham attached to it?
Hey, guess what?
Whatever, man.
Guess fucking what? The Meg, based on a book. There you go.
Interesting. Also joining us, of course, is the fucking, I don't know what Todd is anymore. Todd's the I played too many games and don't finish any games dad. Todd Gary.
I finished Final Fantasy. I put 100 hours into it.
Mike and I have to finish that so we can do a review episode on that. So
I can finish it whatever I want. I just started. Actually, I think I can finish it now. I'll talk about it later. Doesn't matter.
I haven't played since I got into a car accident, so I haven't played much but Switch, and that was still barely anything other than Pikmin, which we'll get to. And then rounding us out, of course, is the Disney daddy himself, Dominic 40. Dom, how are you doing tonight?
So the Rocksteady that I was thinking is actually a different wrestler. In that movie, do you know who plays the voice of Splinter in those films?
No.
Tony Shalhoub.
Oh, I'm fucking on board.
Tony Shalhoub, my boy Monk.
Sign me up.
Tony Shalhoub.
Mike, you need to watch The Marvelous Miss Maisel because Tony Shalhoub fucking murders that show. He's so good in that show. It's so good. Everyone on that show is so good. It's such a good show. Anyways,
it's a jungle out there.
Like, pick Galaxy Quest.
I should.
My favorite.
Wait, you haven't picked your movie yet, have you?
It's gonna happen in a second. My favorite Dom intros is when we have a long intro or any portion of an intro where when it's Dom's turn to say like whatever, it's like commenting on something we were talking about. That's a fucking chef's kiss.
It's a way to go.
It was the best. Anyways, we have a great show for you tonight. Couple of housekeeping things before we roll right into that. It is August, and Mike has not revealed his pick for the movie of the month for the PTC Movie Club. Mike, do you have that information ready to rock?
I kind of spaced out on it. Let's just do La La Land.
Whoa, Jen's gonna be so mad.
Has she ever seen it?
Yeah, she does not like that movie.
Oh man, how?
I don't know. I haven't seen it. How am I supposed to comment?
Any movie, any fucking musical. If you can get me to like a musical, that's like a top tier movie to me because I fucking can't.
Did you like musicals. Any of Dom's picks last year? Was that last year or was that 2 years ago?
I don't know.
Yeah, Greatest Showman was, but it's not a movie I'd ever like. La La Land, I want to rewatch. I listened to that soundtrack after I watched that movie, and I still listen to that soundtrack to this day. I like it so much.
But is there a fart opera?
Ooh, there is.
Oh, there's not. Shut the fuck up. All right, there it is. Mike's pick for August is La La Land. So if you want to hear us talk about La La Land, make sure you watch that before the end of August, and we'll have that ready to go for you. A couple other quick housekeeping things. If you're watching live or listening to the show before you see anywhere else on our website or on social media, I recorded 2 video game cocktail videos today since I've been behind because of my accident. So you can look forward to those. One of those will probably come out tonight after the show, and then the other one will probably come out later in the weekend. So look forward to those. I feel like there's something else housekeeping wise, but we're just going to keep moving right into it. Oh, I guess, this episode, of course, sponsored by our good friends at Goodnight Fatty. If you're in the Salem, Massachusetts area or the North Shore of Massachusetts on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday evening, you want yourself something hot, something sweet, something tasty, something fresh out of the oven, head on down to 1 Washington Square or go on to goodnightfatty.com and get yourself a delicious drop. And I promise you, when you check these delicious treats out, you will not be disappointed.
I'm looking at the lineup today. I might have to get myself a flight or two.
Listen, I fucks with a Dunkaroo cookie. You're the pretzel. There was a pretzel one tonight, right?
Yeah, the pretzel one too.
You're a pretzel guy? I didn't know you were a pretzel guy.
It doesn't come up. I don't wear pretzels on my sleeve. I'm not hey you guys got any pretzels?
You never know. Some people.
But I like a pretzel.
All right. That's good to know. That's good. I'll put that in the memory bank for Oh shit, Mike's coming over. Let me put out the good pretzels.
You've been putting out the shitty pretzels this entire time?
I've never put
You're
out
a piece
pretzels.
of shit.
I've never put out pretzels, Mike. Now I know. Now I can offload the shitty pretzels when you come over. Get them out of my cabinet, But anyways, before we get into the topics of the evening, which is really just going to be us talking about games. I feel like we haven't had one of those in a while, even though we just spent like 15 minutes talking about movies. We're a big movie podcast now. I feel like we haven't really got into the games in a bit. There was some stuff going on. So, I don't know. Mike, you've been playing anything other than the regular stuff? Anything you want to chat about?
No, I've just been playing Final Fantasy, I think.
Okay, all right. We've done a couple of Final Fantasy recaps as the three of us have been going along. So
I haven't gotten any further. I've just been doing side quests and the hunt board.
Okay.
And
yeah, the hunt board. Some of those fucking hunts are not easy.
So here's what happened: here's what happened is that I started doing hunts, and part of it was just I wanted to knock out some of the lower ranked hunts, and part of it was that I wanted to make a certain weapon, and apparently I only could get that from doing specific hunts, and I kept running into the wrong fucking monsters. So I was wandering around. I was like, "Oh, where's this thing? It's over in this desert." I'm walking around. I run to a fucking S level monster thing, and I said, "Well, this is bullshit."
I think I know which one you're talking about too.
It happened. The dragon. Yes, the dragon one did kill me several times over, and I kept just
like looked like a It was on a sand level too. It was like an S tier one, and he gave me a little bit of a hard time, but I
yeah, I think it was both of those. So the one that was in the desert, he was like a chimera or something.
He was
like
just
that.
on the main path. You could just walk down the main path. He was like right there too. Like you'd like run into him.
No, there was another one who was in Dalmekia, and he was like in the middle of the desert. I was looking for something else, and I ran to him. But at this point in the game, I've permanently added 2 characters to my party, so it's not as bad.
Mm-hmm.
But the dragon fucked me up every single time, and I was just like, I don't really know what I'm supposed to be doing. And he wasn't even the one I was looking for. I was looking for something else, but I ran to the dragon and I said, "We're gonna do this. We're gonna fight this dragon."
I gave up
until he dies. But I did end up doing that. I ended up killing the other things I was looking for to actually make. There's a weapon that you can make, whatever the highest ranked weapon you can make in your first playthrough. I was trying to do that, and you have to kill 2 things from the hunt. Speaking of that, so I'm in between whatever it is you've got downtime before you actually have to do the end of the game, I think. Mm-hmm. So I started doing all those side quests, and I got so pissed off that there's a bunch of... Number one, I didn't realize how to get to certain side quests because I didn't know I had to go to that thing in your room. Like there's like a thing where you get a bunch of letters.
Yeah.
So I ended up unlocking certain side quests from there. And once I did that, then all the other ones started showing up. And I had to do so many fucking side quests for that blacksmith. And it pissed me off.
I did all those, but I stopped doing side quests after a while. I was like, it just
pissed me off because I would finish his side quest and then I'd go back to the hideout, and then I would see there's another side quest in his storyline. I'm like, dude, fucking get it together. I can't keep coming back to you because you're sad or whatever. I stopped. I stopped listening to the side quest stories. I just been pressing AAA, so I don't know what his problem actually is.
Yeah, I didn't care about the side quest stories for the most part. I skipped all those. That's like the only thing I skipped in that game.
I started at the beginning, but then after a while, I got tired of it. And just, you know what? AAA, I'm like, and there are repercussions to these side quests. Things are happening.
Yeah, right.
Major things. Like characters are dying. Entire areas are getting fucked up. And I have no idea why it's happening because I just kept pressing A. But yeah, that's all I got going on.
First of all, I'm shocked that Mike's PlayStation controller has an A button on it. But every time you said A, I was just laughing inside.
I go along with it because I don't even realize it.
It's the same. They're all the same shit.
I don't know what the buttons are on that thing.
It's the right place. You're in the right place. Unless you're on a Switch controller, then all bets are off. Final Fantasy XVI has taken Mike. It has swept him off his feet. He's doing side quests. He's doing optional things. This is like a kind of...
It got me to finish the game.
That's true. This is kind of a wild development, though. Mike, do you think this is now like the springboard to you playing other Final Fantasy games?
You gonna jump into a Kingdom Hearts game, maybe, Mike?
This is what way more
big shoes that Sora's wearing are all about.
I feel like this Final Fantasy is way more welcoming to newcomers though than like a lot of those other games.
Yeah, because this is an action RPG as opposed to whatever the other ones do.
Yeah,
Kingdom Hearts is an action RPG. It's Kingdom Hearts or Final Fantasy 15 are probably the closest. Like, if you want to try another similar, at least like Square Enix game, those would probably be the best bets. I mean, obviously, if you want to just do like action RPG, you can find other options too. But
I think I own both of those games, so I could in theory. I probably won't, but we'll see. Maybe I'll get bored.
What about this, Mike? Is this the springboard for you to make a Final Fantasy 14 character and join me in whatever place?
I recently was scrolling through my programs and features on my computer, and I saw that Final Fantasy 14 was still installed on my computer, and I uninstalled it because it's like, I'm on. Okay, all right. What am I doing with this?
They with FanFest last week, they recently announced that
it's coming to Xbox.
Well, not only that, it's coming to Xbox next year, but the free trial now extends into another expansion. So I believe you can play without playing for a subscription fee through the whole base game and then the first 2 expansions now. So like,
how much is this? How much is the fee?
I don't know. You pay like monthly. Once you get past that point, I mean, you can pay monthly from the get-go, but I mean, there's literally no reason to until you get to that point. But yeah, I don't know. Like, there's a lot of game there. If you, I'm potentially gonna jump back into it because people just say it's so good. You know, I want to see what this is so good.
They
about.
all say. You know what else? I've been hearing great things about Scientology. Doesn't mean I'm gonna sign up.
Well, I mean, those are some biased opinions. Shit. Anyways, I'm happy to see you enjoying a game, Mike, and playing it, and not just like, you know, getting to the credits and moving on, but you're choosing for whatever reason to do additional things, which
I honestly, at that point, it was just because I was trying to get a specific weapon. Because I know I'm gonna end up fighting this boss or whatever's coming to me next, and I want to make sure that
last 2 hours get a little challenging.
Oh.
I mean, I think the game's pretty easy for the most part, but the last 2 hours definitely do get a little more challenging.
Because I am super brain dead. I'm super brain dead. I was about to say Brenden. I'm same thing. Super brain dead when I'm playing these games, and I'm just pressing a button. Apparently, it's not the A button. Go figure. And I want to make sure that when I press that button, it does the most numbers.
Mm-hmm. Mike, I'll say this, and I'll say it, and Todd will disagree, and Todd will get angry, but I'll say this, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe check out Final Fantasy VII Remake after. It's similar.
I'm gonna get me angry. The only issue I have with that is like the constant pausing and like switching and like it's like everything's at your fingertips in 16. So like the other one you have to like pause like the battle almost and like siphon through like you know. I mean it slows it down. Like the magic attacks you use in 16, it's just at your fingertips.
Todd loves Max Payne because it has bullet time. Final Fantasy VII Remake has essentially bullet time, and that's slowing the game down for Todd.
Yeah.
I don't know. Go figure.
I think that's why. I think why having one character worked better for me because I wasn't like going back and forth and like it was just like so much going on in a battle.
I mean, you don't have to go back and forth between the characters.
No.
You can just play as Cloud and let the others do the thing they're doing. But I mean, I don't know. Final Fantasy VII Remake, though I don't think it's the 10 out of 10 masterpiece that many people do, I think it's very good, Mike. And I think if you're enjoying 16, it's similar combat-wise, not the same, but it's not turn-based like most Final Fantasy games are. But it does have like some sort of like not really turn-based. It just has some of those mechanics baked in a more actiony way.
It's tough for me to because there was like a perfect storm for me to end up playing 16 in that I watched whatever thing that we saw at PAX and I said, oh, okay, this is interesting. And then they put the demo out, which I played, and I said, okay, I can vibe with this.
The demo fucking hooked you.
The demo got me, yeah.
I think against my wishes, I played the demo when they had it at PAX a few years ago.
16?
And no, 7.
Oh,
7 remake.
Yes. Okay, yeah.
And I stood in that line, I played the game, and I didn't really care. So
that's fair. Yeah, I mean,
you know,
I can do it.
I can still try it, but I don't see myself really putting the effort into. It has to show up in PS Plus games with golds, whatever they call their thing.
I'm surprised if it's not on there at this point. It might be.
It might be. I have no idea.
I mean, if you really do want to dip your toes. Oh no, I didn't buy a physical copy. I bought a digital copy because I was not going to play that game, and then on a whim at home, I was like, fuck it, I'm buying it. And I did. I never buy digital games. Well, given the choice, I usually don't buy digital games.
Okay.
Anyways, that's good. It's good to see you doing that. What about you, Dom? You've been playing some stuff, I see.
Well, you still have to introduce everybody else. I started talking randomly. Did you? I think you asked me that first question, and then I started talking.
We got through the intros. We
got through the
housekeeping.
We're halfway through the episode?
Yes, we got through the housekeeping. We got through everything.
All right, guys, I'm going to check out then. I'm going to start reading a book or whatever.
Wait, you read books now?
Yeah.
They fly now? Dom, what have you been playing?
I have been playing a lot of stuff since the last time we spoke.
Hit me with the highlights.
I have been playing some of AEW Fight Forever, which we will talk about more next week because Brendan hasn't really had a chance to play it. I have been playing. Let me pull up the picture so I can actually say the full title. I read online somebody talking about this game, and it's essentially a compilation game of all of the like spam ad games that like always pop up on any sort of social media. The game is called Yeah, You Want Those Games, Right? So here you go. Now let's see you clear them. I bought it on Switch and it is fun. It is
How much is this game?
I think when I bought it it was $10. It is just like if you've ever seen the ads for like the parking lot game, like move the cars around to get your cars out of the parking lot. If you've ever seen the ads for you got to separate the colors in the test tubes. If you've ever seen the ads for like get your like choose the fighter's path to like get the fighter out of the pit thing. If you've ever seen the thing of like pull these pins to free the person or to get the gold or whatever, like all of those games are like
you see the one when like the lava comes down and like you know like yeah, right.
Yep, there's that style game in there. It's like these
what got like how did you find yourself in a situation where you even knew about this game and then decided to buy it?
I read somebody like talking about it online and I was like, that is like a great idea for a game. So I like went in onto Switch to like look at the game and I was like, you know what? I'm giving these people my money because this is a great idea for a game.
It has a 9 out of 10 on Steam. I don't know how accurate Steam reviews are, but it has a 9 out of 10 on Steam.
It's fun. I mean, if like I said, like if you've ever found yourself like looking at an ad and being like, I really wish I could play that game, this is the game for you.
Okay.
I have also been playing in the last week Disney's Illusion Island, and hopefully I can talk about it at length next week because I should have it beaten by next week.
Okay.
I'm having a blast with it. It's a fun platforming game. It's got like a little bit of everything that I would be like looking for in this game. Mm-hmm. I've been playing through as Goofy. The story is just like it's nonsense, like what you would expect from like a Mickey cartoon.
Yeah.
But like as I'm playing, like I'm noticing like all these hidden Mickeys in the background, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of a cool like thing that they like threw in there. And then like as I progressed in the game, they were like, oh, here's a camera, and like we need you to take pictures of all these like hidden like things that keep popping up. And I was like, oh shit, like the game wants me to go back and like find all the hidden Mickeys.
It's like definitely like very Metroidvania style.
As you progress, you get more. Yeah, exactly. That's very Metroidvania. Like as you progress, you get more abilities. Like at first, you can like just jump, and then you can jump and like do a second jump,
wall jump kind of thing. Oh yeah.
And then you can wall jump, and then you can like down
or whatever.
Like down slam. Yeah, that's how far I've got. I think I might have one more ability after that, but like as you progress, there's like this character, like this tinkerer that like builds you stuff. I don't know. It's a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's on my radar. I'll grab it at some point because I definitely like. I don't know. I like good platformers, and it looked good. So, in you talking about it right now is only reinforcing that it sounds like it's my jam. So,
I've seen people like the comparisons that I've seen like aren't great. So like I don't know if I can give you like a good comparison style game. I've seen people compare it to Celeste. It doesn't feel like Celeste. So
I'd say like Rayman Legends, but minus the attacking kind of.
Yeah,
thing.
I guess it's kind of similar to that.
All right.
But it's one big level, so it's not like you're not like going level to level. Like it's just one big level.
Yeah. Like a Metroid or a Castlevania or something.
Yeah, I was actually just going to bring up Hollow Knight too.
Yeah, that makes sense. Cool.
But it's fun.
It's definitely on my radar. I'll get to that at some point before the end of the year. Hopefully, I should probably make a point to get to it before Mario Wonder, because Mario Wonder will be the platform I probably round the year out with. What about you, Todd? What have you got going on?
I'm just trying to finish a lot of older games. You know what I'm actually playing right now, though, is fucking Animal Crossing. I've been playing the last couple of nights, just trying to relax and kind of redo my island and shit.
Who is this? Who is this
just
new reformed person? Shit, I should fucking get to my island.
I've been going to bed at like 9 o'clock the last 2 weeks. Fucking and I'm like, I lay in my bed and I'm like, I'll do a few minutes of Animal Crossing. You know, I've been like trying to fuck around with my area and everything on a dead game, and fucking then just.
What's the turnip rate right now?
I don't even need, like, I never needed money in that game once I got to a certain point, so I don't even know if I even looked at that. But I just like I was going back to it, I'm like, fuck, I miss this game. I miss going to the museum. I miss trying to get some artwork from Red, shit like that. But I've been doing like way more casual games recently. Brendan made fun of me because fucking I told him I was playing another mobile game. Besides Marvel Snap.
I did not make fun of you. I just said, who the fuck is this? Marvel Snap was your gateway in. Now you're a mobile gamer.
I still play a ton of Marvel Snap.
Because you said you were playing Monopoly. Like, what are we doing?
Dude, it's so good. There's a Monopoly game for the phone. It's like wicked, like pay to play. So like I kind of.
So I spent $100 on it, but.
No, 200, but no. I think I spent $4 and I was like, you can get rolls and everything, but it's kind of fun. You play against like other people and like it's literally Monopoly, but in a different way. It's hard to explain, but just download it and try it out. It's definitely addicting, but you're gonna end up.
I just want to point out that Dom just texted a picture to us that was showing Final Fantasy VII Remake is on PlayStation Plus or whatever fucking it's called now. I don't know. And my mic wrote back, I lied, I still won't play it. I'm just calling it as I see it, I'm just calling them out.
As I was scrolling, I also remembered that I've been playing Alan Wake to prep for Alan Wake 2. But
wait, you didn't say what you thought about it though. What do you think about it?
Yeah, what do you think?
I started it before. I definitely am farther than when I played it before.
Are you enjoying it though?
I am enjoying it.
It gets tough down the line.
It gets what?
It gets tough later in the game. Like there's some parts because I rebeat it on the remake and I was like, fuck, I don't remember this game being that challenging down the end. Like
I like the feel of it being like you're living a Stephen King book.
Yes, no, it's super cool like that. Yeah.
There's a point in that game, and I don't know when I think it's towards the end of the game. I had mentioned it when I played Control. There was a level in Control that reminded me so much of the Alan Wake thing, and I think that was the point where I learned that they were developed by the same studio.
Was it the music? Was it like the Jackson?
Yes.
Like the music? Okay, that's what I figured. Yeah. Like. Yeah.
Okay, right. I don't think I'm that far yet.
No, you probably in the.
I think it's towards the end of the game.
Oh, there's like a thing in the diner though when they play like the coconut song. Like it's like.
Oh, no, I'm talking about when you meet. I think there's a band or something in the game.
Oh, okay. No, I know what you're talking about.
I haven't gotten
to it. Yeah.
All right, Mike. I forgot that Control was your Final Fantasy XVI of whatever year Control came out. So there are these games that no.
What? His Control was. Can you say that sentence again?
Control was the Final Fantasy his Final Fantasy 16 of the year Control came out. Yeah. Like Control.
Okay. Yes. Yes, that's fair. Okay.
So
I didn't understand when you said that. I didn't understand what you were trying to get across.
I figured it out, Mike. You have two paths in front of you right now. A road diverging in yellow wood, if I may, to quote my good friend Robert Frost.
Where are my Morpheus glasses? On the left. Yeah, go on.
You have two choices. You can go down the Control route, and you can now play Quantum Break.
You should play Quantum Break. It's fucking awesome.
I actually think, Mike, you would really like Quantum Break.
Remember how much you guys shitted on me at PAX? Like, you guys made fun of me the entire time we were at PAX.
We did make fun of him a lot.
Listen.
For no reason.
I'm not going to say this is a good game, because most people don't like it. No, but I played it in 2021 for the first time, the only time I ever played it, and I played the whole thing. It is good for what it is. It does some interesting things, and because you like Control so much, Mike, you should play this. It's on Game Pass.
Control just built off of that game.
It was because I like Control and I like Alan Wake. It makes more sense for me to play Quantum Break.
It was this PAX that you were talking about, Quantum Break, right?
No, this was like 3 years ago.
I feel like you brought.
Quantum Break was like 2018.
No. But when did what's his face die?
Oh yeah, yes, he died this year.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I feel like I can't.
Lance Reddick.
Yeah.
I feel like you had brought it up again then.
Okay, no.
I downloaded it recently too.
Quantum Break was the one that had the booth that we all loved, where they did like
the multi-camera
multi-camera thing. Yeah. That was.
We have never spent so much time at any PAX booth ever, and I don't think any of us played that game except for Todd and maybe Wang.
I don't think there's ever been a booth that good. Personally, like
that booth
something
was
like that.
That booth
was a great booth
because it was not. It was just a cool experience.
No one was in line for it because nobody played Quantum Break.
Yeah, nobody. Quantum Break gets a lot of shit. I'm actually curious what Quantum Break's review score is.
I think it did pretty well. I think it was like 80. Like I could be wrong, but maybe
yeah, but a critic
IGN
80 and
8. It has a 9 out of 10 on Steam. It has a 7.8 on IMDb, but that's again because it was a
TV show.
So much of this is a TV show. When you finish a portion of the game, you legitimately watch an episode of the Quantum Break.
That sounds great.
I know. That's why I think this is like oddly very. It's very uniquely for you, Mike.
Yeah. Me and Remedy just vibe. I don't know what it is.
So
you got Alan Wake too.
The other game. The other game is on my floor, and it's not even a recommendation. Like, this is what you should play next. And when you do, we'll do a fucking spoiler cast on it. So
there we go.
The one person that cares about that game. I just broke this case. Are you kidding me?
Cool.
All right. Well, the other game was Strangers in Paradise Final Fantasy, because I feel like this is like the bizarre nonsense that you probably enjoy out of Final Fantasy, and I think it's more action.
Did you ever play that game? Does that play like Final Fantasy 16?
I have no idea, but I'm pretty sure it's more action-y like Final Fantasy.
15 is the one where they play Stand By Me, right?
Yeah,
and they're pushing the car?
15 is the boys in the car.
Okay. I do own that game, I'm pretty sure.
Well, and by play Stand By Me, they play a Florence and the Machine Stands By Me cover.
Oh, well.
It's a banger. I think she did a bunch of music for that game. I mean, it's a banger. We'll watch it after. I guess I can squeeze Pikmin 4 into the time we have left. So
yeah,
I've been primarily playing the thing I wanted to. I'll also mention I've been playing a game called A Little to the Left, which is indie game where it's really just you're really just organizing things. It's a puzzle game, but it's like kind of centered around like finding the patterns in like these papers on the desk and like how do they get arranged. There's a underlying pattern, you got to figure it out and like arrange them. And it's like little things like that, like these fucking picture frames. There's a pattern there that is not just like necessarily they all need to be like this or like from little to big or something. It's like there are other little patterns to find. And as I've gotten further in the game, I've realized, this is like more difficult than I maybe am concussed and can figure out right now. So I've been chipping away at that, doing a couple of those a night or whatever. But primarily, a lot of my time has gone to Pikmin 4 the last week or so. And what a fucking game. I mean, Pikmin 4 is easily the best Pikmin game. And I think all of the mainline Pikmin games are good. I haven't played Hey Pikmin, but I've played Pikmin 1 through 3, and I've enjoyed all of them. Man, I just think this continues to build on what makes that series good and unique, and it really adds a lot of quality of life stuff that I think, if someone had an issue with certain things in previous Pikmin games, I think this game does a really good job at making it just a more cohesive, more enjoyable experience from like every angle. And I've seen some people say stuff like, "Oh, it's a very easy game," and I guess you could say it's kind of easy, but you can also kind of choose to let it not be as easy as you want it to be, because the game gives you a lot of tools to attack the stages in different ways, and if you want to challenge yourself more, you can very easily like choose to not use certain tools. Like you don't have to play with all these items, and like you don't have to necessarily do all those things. So if you're looking for something a little more difficult, you kind of have that ability to choose that yourself. The game doesn't overtly tell you to do that, but I mean you could do that. Plus there's like when you hit the credits portion of the game, there's like arguably at least the exact same amount of time you just spent in that portion of the game, like post game stuff. So like once you do the main objective of the game, which is essentially rescuing Captain Olimar, after that, hit the credits, some other stuff happens. Then there's like a whole slew of other stuff to still do if you want to do. Plus, if you go and talk to Captain Olimar after, you then play basically the prequel to Pikmin 4, which is how Captain Olimar got there and like what happened to him. So it's like there's so much in that game. Like it's like it went from I think I hit credits maybe around like 18 hours or something. And I was like that was perfect. Like bite size, like not too long, not too short. I enjoyed all my time with this. And then the credits roll and I was like, oh, there's a lot more to do still. And then I don't know, 35-ish hours. I'm like, there's a lot here still. And there's still, even though I've hit 100% on my file, there's still more stuff that I can do. There's like more challenging things, and I started to do one of those more challenging things. So if you think the game's too easy, there is like a very end game portion that's like really puts your Dandori skills to the test if you want to try to be like fucking Mr. Pikmin, like you want to be top dog in the Pikmin verse. But I really enjoyed it. I think the level design is great. Like as always, like the game is gorgeous. Like they make the Pikmin games always look so photorealistic and like ridiculous on the consoles that they're on. And with Pikmin 4, it's really no exception. Like it looks so good. It's just really enjoyable. Like I really don't. I don't know. I search for like the negative to say about the game or like what I didn't like about it, and at least now in this phase of post finishing the game, like I don't really have much negative to say about it. Like I really enjoyed my time with it. I think if you're a Pikmin fan, like I'm shocked. I'll be shocked to see if this is not a game for Pikmin fans. And if you ever enjoyed a Pikmin game or like tried a Pikmin game and bounced off of it and there were certain things you didn't like about it, Pikmin 4 might fix some of those things for you. So I think, it might be worth watching some gameplay or watching someone stream it or something to see if you had specific issues with Pikmin of the past, this game might fix some of those things for you. But it's really good. There's a lot there. It's just a really fun, the way Nintendo does things, an interesting take on like a real-time strategy game. Or I guess real-time strategy would be like probably the genre to place it in. But it's really good. Like it's honestly one of my favorite games of the year. And I think in a year where Nintendo dropped Tears of the Kingdom, among other things, Pikmin 4 is right up there with being like, hey, Tears of the Kingdom, in my opinion, is best in that series. Pikmin 4, best in that series. And maybe we're gonna get that with Mario 2 later in the year. But who knows?
This year it's fucking insane. Like if you
overall,
really think about
it's crazy. Like there's so many.
We
games.
still haven't even gotten Starfield, Spider-Man 2. We still I'm more excited for the DLC of Cyberpunk than any of these fucking games. But we already got all these fucking games already that are just.
It's been a crazy year. Street Fighter 6. I mean, Octopath Traveler 2. Diablo 3, 4,
dude,
Diablo 4,
RE4 remake, fucking
Star
like
Wars.
Dead Space remake, Star Wars. It's been insane.
And I mean, honestly, like Baldur's Gate 3, like was never a game on my radar.
I can't wait for that.
But people,
I didn't know it was a fucking D&D.
Yeah, it's based on D&D. It's based on Dungeons and Dragons. But
I didn't know it was like your role though. That fucking sounds awesome. Like
yeah,
I'm so
it's
sold
like Jesse and Eric and Ken and all those friends of the show, they're all playing it and loving it. Like they're really, really into it. And it's only on PC and PlayStation right now. It is coming to Xbox. It's just
wait, is it on PlayStation already, or is it not? Is it released on PlayStation?
It might be only out on PC currently, but it is coming to PlayStation, I think, soon. And then the Xbox port is.
I might just get it on PlayStation then.
There's no date on the Xbox port. They just, from what I was reading, like there's not like a window of exclusivity with PlayStation or anything.
September 6th for PlayStation.
They just don't there's like quality issue stuff that they can't fix on the Xbox side of things yet. So they don't want
September 2nd, Todd.
2nd? Okay, cool. Even better.
They don't want to put the game out until they feel the game is perfectly running on Xbox. So it'll come to Xbox at some point. I mean, I just have so many games to play, so like it's like I'll just probably wait for the Xbox port at this point, because at that point, I mean, I would probably get it on PlayStation before I got it on Steam or PC. So first week of September is going to be Starfield, so I would probably just end up playing Starfield anyway.
I didn't realize, and I'm going to end up doing this. You can if you spend fucking $30, you can get Starfield 5 days early. I know I'm going to fucking spend $30 to get Starfield. I know I'm going to do that. Like, I'm like, oh, I get it for free. And then I'm like, but I'm like, oh, $30, it's not even half of the price of the game.
Yeah. I mean, that's that, like, I don't want to say that's like, it's definitely a smart business decision for Microsoft 100%. To be like, hey, let's get Game Pass people who would get this, game quote unquote for free. Let's get them to spend money by giving them early access.
I've done that with multiple games recently.
It gives you the deluxe edition, right?
Yeah, I think that's what it is. Yeah, the deluxe edition gives you that. So, I mean, again, it's a smart business decision. It's not something new they've been doing. Like, they did it with Gears 5. If you bought the deluxe edition, you got it early. They've done it with Forza. I don't know if they did it with Halo. I don't remember, but
I think I've seen like a lot of people being like, "Oh, we haven't seen like much on Starfield." I fucking love this. Like, I am like don't want to see anything because
they did like a 40-minute direct.
Yeah, but like I'm talking about like people didn't realize there were powers in it and shit like that. They showed something recently like where like you can get all these different like shit like that. Like,
yeah,
how do you get these powers? Like, how does that have to do with the game and everything?
Yeah. I
mean,
like,
it's
so soon at this point. It's a month away.
It's
at this
fucking wild.
Point, so
man.
like
wild.
I'm kind of just radio silent. Like, I don't need more information. I'm just gonna play it when it comes out in a month. So
yeah.
I'll probably end up skipping Baldur's Gate at least for now, and probably move to Starfield because I just have so much to play still, and I still have so much as I finish that came out this year. And then, I mean, Sea of Stars comes out at the end of the month. Starfield comes out right after it. Mario Wonder, Mario RPG.
Cyberpunk DLC comes out in September also, and that's going to probably be like it's going to be a 50-hour if it's based on any of all their DLCs for The Witcher are fucking like almost as big of the game, if not bigger. And they've had like 3 years on this since that game launched. So I'm pretty sure it's going to be, they're rehauling the game for that DLC too. It's crazy what they're doing.
Interesting. So yeah, I don't know. Pikmin 4, real good. I really enjoyed it. I think
I'll get the Pikmin 4 eventually.
I think I mean it's already surpassed all of the other previous Pikmin games' lifetime sales. So it's great to see a franchise that we haven't had a game in I don't know if it's been a decade, but it's been a while. Well, no, maybe not as it's been a long time. There was a Wii U game.
Wii U, yeah.
But that's still at this point. I mean, that's probably 2014. So that's almost a decade. It's probably like 8 years. Yeah, so that's a long time. And I mean, Pikmin 4 was announced a while ago. They revealed that it was in development, and then kind of went away for a bit. So I'm happy to see it's selling well and people are loving it. It's getting reviewed well. I think the last time I looked, it was like the highest rated. Has it really? The highest rated,
like to the day. North America, August 4th.
Oh, weird. Yeah, that's ridiculous. Yeah. It's been the last time I looked, someone tweeted about it. It was saying it is the highest user rated Nintendo game flat out all time on Metacritic or whatever. So it's good to see. I like seeing these smaller franchises on Nintendo getting a lot of love and support in the age of the Switch. So hopefully that trend continues to go, and we start seeing other franchises that have had some dormancy for a while, like Star Fox, F-Zero getting a second chance. I think Dread did really well for Metroid. Here's hoping Metroid Prime 4 also continues to be that big swing for that series. So Mike did just step away, but we can do the outro before we play the game. Of course, if you are new to the show, or if this is your first time listening, we end every week with a game, and the current standings for this year are Dom and Todd tied at 33, Mike at 23. We got a bunch of guest points on the board, but no guests on the show today, so we won't have to go over those points. But before we get into the game, thank you all so much for listening to this week's episode 380 of the Past Control podcast. If you're a friend of the show, fan of the show, and you want to continue to support the show, the easiest way to do that, and one of the most beneficial ways to do to support us, is to share us on social media and leave us a 5-star review on your podcast platform of choice, whether it be Apple Podcasts or Spotify or wherever you listen to the show. Leaving us a quick review is very, very, very beneficial. So we would appreciate it if you listen to us, take a chance to just leave a quick review. It's very beneficial. If you watch us on YouTube, you can, of course, if you're unaware, you can listen to us anywhere podcasts are found. You can also watch us live when we record the show at twitch.tv/PastController. So all those things are there. If you listen to us or watch us in some way, there are other avenues if that piques your interest. If you have a few bucks kicking around, you want to support the show, you can do that by going to pastcontroller.threadless.com and get yourself a dumb shirt like this or one of the other things on the website. You can go to patreon.com/pastcontrol and become a patron, or you can of course subscribe to us on Twitch at twitch.tv/pastcontroller. If you didn't listen to last week's show where we talked about Arrival, we played a new game called No Yes Guess, and
we're playing that again.
I refuse to let it die off of one try. So we're gonna redo.
That was the name we gave it?
I mean, that's the name I said. No Yes Guess.
He gave it.
Why, you get a better name, Mike?
I don't. I didn't remember how bad it was.
So we are going to play No Yes Guess again. And the way this is going to work this time, a little different. As a group, you can freely ask questions, yes or no questions, and I will answer them. There's no turn period. But as soon as somebody guesses a game, then the questions stop, and then the other two people can also guess. So it's like once someone guesses, the questions will stop for that point. Everyone gets a turn to guess once, and then when you either guess or we move on from the guesses, you can go back to asking questions. But as soon as someone guesses, the questions stop at that. So like everyone keeps the same information. And I think that will speed this game up. So because then you can also, again, kind of like work together a little bit, but you got to be careful because you want to get the answer first. So
I don't know if I want to work together because Todd's going to ask if Benicio del Toro is in the game.
Well, it's a game now, so you have work with it. See what we got. So without further ado, depending on how long this goes, because last week's episode was like 2 hours, and we're sitting at an hour right now, and I would love to not go for a long time.
Let's go to what's in the box.
You picked the game.
That's why we're changing the rules a little bit. We're making it move a little quicker. So as you wish. There's no limit on how many questions we answer, so you can get as much information as you want. Starting now.
Is Ernest P. Worrell in the game?
No.
What about Paul Rubens?
No.
Benicio del Toro?
No.
All right. I'm glad we got that out of our system.
Is there a goat in the game?
Is there a goat in the game? I don't.
Right, so it's not Goat Simulator, so we can fucking scratch that one off. We get that.
There are
but it could still be
way better ways to do this.
Yeah, see, this is what I'm talking about. Is this game available? Did this game release in the current generation of consoles?
Did it originally release in the current generation of consoles?
Yes.
No.
Okay. Is it multi-plat?
Yes.
Did it release multi-plat?
Yes.
Is it available on the current generation of consoles?
No.
In some way, yes.
Is it GoldenEye?
I guess technically no. No, it is not GoldenEye. Now the other two can guess if you want, or we can.
Well, you changed your information, but yes, you can both guess.
I can guess. The Overwatch.
It is Overwatch.
Oh,
like it's okay. That's Overwatch.
Overwatch isn't available on the current generation.
They just made it Overwatch 2. Like they just deleted Overwatch. So that's why it's like, yes, it's available, but like not really.
Crash game.
Right? You can't actually play. You can't boot up Overwatch 1.
Overwatch. You
became
can
Overwatch 2.
Yeah.
So it deleted itself somehow. All right, that went quick. So it'll do at least one more. I wasn't prepared for this. I thought that was going to come.
I wasn't prepared for that. I was joking. And I up until this point, I thought you were joking too.
Okay. Game number 2.
Oh, okay. Start asking questions.
This game is Mike's bag. Mike's gonna fucking climb the ranks at this game.
Is Ernest P. Worrell in this game?
No.
Oh God damn
Don't
it!
repeat these questions.
Oh shit! Todd's back. He's gonna ask a stupid question too.
Is Paul Rubens in the game?
Obviously not.
He could be. He voices characters that are in video games.
Not in this one.
Okay. Is Cherry in the game?
Can we ask real questions, or we're just gonna? Mike's gonna get the point for the week, and we're gonna end the show.
Is it multi-plat?
No.
Hold on. Let me.
Is it on the current generation?
Yes.
Did it release on the current generation?
Originally, no.
Correct.
No.
Is this game rated T for teen?
Let me double check.
I didn't want to phrase it that way. I was trying to think about how I could phrase it to, maybe put it in a range, but I just had to pick a...
I mean, we can just keep going. Is it M for mature?
No.
Is it E for everyone?
There are 2 E's. It is E. I think it's 10 plus is the thing. But yes, it is rated E.
Is it Rayman Legends?
Incorrect. The two of you can guess. The 2 of you can guess if you like.
Is it Skylanders?
No.
Oh, fuck. I forgot the first question that I asked.
I also forgot the first question they asked.
So they were both
I also forget
off of that information.
Yeah. I also forget what the answers were to that question, to those questions.
I do too.
Dom asked if it was...
Whoa.
All right, that's fine.
We're in a question round.
If you guys don't want to pay attention, you want to pay attention. No, they already guessed. Todd passed, and Mike guessed Skylanders.
Oh, Todd passed. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's not multi-plat.
Correct.
Okay.
I forgot that information going in. Is it? Is there?
Ooh, I've got a question.
Go ahead.
There's no
Oh, go ahead.
I know. Okay. Does this game use motion controls?
Yes.
Oh, fuck.
I gotta guess.
Go ahead, Todd. No one stop.
Is it Elebits?
No. Such a random guess.
So we all have to guess now. Is it Connectimals? The animal Connect game?
Mike gets 2 for 2.
Both of you.
Is it Mario?
Go ahead.
Is it Mario Kart 8?
No, but both of you just guessed answers that did not fall into criteria.
Why?
I'm just letting them.
Who cares?
It doesn't matter. Continue to guess.
Wait, what was the criteria again? Can you say it one more time? Go ahead.
It's not multi-plat.
I know.
It is available on the current generation. It didn't come out on this current generation. And it doesn't have Paul Rubens in it. Doesn't have Paul Rubens. Oh, never mind. Motion controls.
Motion controls.
I mean, you have no guess limit. You have no guess limit too, but you have no question limit, so you can narrow it down as deep as you want.
Just I know, but I have to ask.
It gives other people
triggered
information.
Question.
I know. I want to think of a good question and not a is Benicio del Toro in this game question.
Is it part of a series of games?
Yes.
No. Hold on. Again, I do want to. I have an idea for a question. I just want to make sure I phrase it the way I want it to be phrased.
All right. I mean, you can literally ask, like, did it come out on this thing? Is it what kind? Is it this genre? Like, there are so many things
I know
you can ask.
there are so many things, and here I'm going to say this out loud just so the panel, mostly Dom, because Todd is clearly checked out. I want to ask about the publisher. I just don't know how to phrase it in a way that I can get good information. I don't want to just be like, "Oh, was it published by this guy?" and then for Brenden to be like, "No," and then be right where I started. I need to be able to.
Yeah, but I mean, if you have a publisher in mind, then just ask. Yeah.
I don't have a publisher in mind. That's the thing. I don't want to just.
Is it published by Nintendo?
Yes.
There you go.
Didn't you say it was motion control?
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah. I figured that's like, what else is motion control? Fucking nothing. Xbox fucking nothing has anything. I don't think Xbox
there
has.
are
Right now though for recent gen.
Yeah.
The Switch is motion control system. The Joy-Cons.
No, I'm talking about Xbox. No, I'm saying like Xbox doesn't have any kind of motion.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's published by Nintendo.
Oh, I didn't hear you say that. Okay, never mind.
It has Just Dance's motion control, isn't it?
Yes.
That was yeah, and that's available on all systems. So
yeah. Nintendo. It wasn't released. You said it wasn't. Yeah. Okay.
Correct.
So it could be something like.
All right, I got a guess.
Go for it.
No, never mind. I take that back. I'm gonna wait for you guys to guess.
You know what?
I don't want to say something stupid, so I'm just gonna fucking.
You were gonna say something stupid regardless.
No,
what are you
talking
talking about?
A real guess, but like then it might be like, didn't we already fucking tell you that it's fucking this? And they'd be like,
let's see. Published
by Nintendo. It is available on current gen, but it did not originally release on current gen.
Right.
It is, I mean, obviously not multi-platform because it's published by Nintendo.
Mm-hmm.
It is a game in a series.
Game in a series has motion control.
Has motion controls.
I'm glad you just said that because I was going to say another stupid guess, so I'm glad Brenden just spelled
has
this
motion controls.
No, that doesn't work.
Has motion controls. Is it?
I can think of one game, but it's not the right answer. Because...
I guessed that. Is it? Is it Mario Party 10?
Incorrect.
Is it? Let's see. I don't actually know if. So I'm running through some games in my head, but I feel like some of them don't actually continue to. I think some of them have been ported, but they don't use motion control, so I don't want to guess those games.
Is it Pikmin 1 or 2 remake?
Those are two separate games.
Those are two separate games. Is it 1 or 2? I guess the answer is either yes, it is one of those two games, or no, it is not one of those two games. Yeah, because like for instance, didn't they? This is not my guess. I'm just talking to Dom. Didn't they bring Skyward Sword? And then like they couldn't make it work.
I may not answer your question
because no, you're right,
fine.
Mike, you're right. Yes, they did. Yes.
And I feel like it didn't use motion controls. Anyway, I'm gonna say Super Mario Galaxy.
Incorrect.
I'm just gonna say Pikmin 1 then, since I can't fucking say 1 or 2. All right.
Incorrect.
Is it Skyward Sword?
It's Skyward Sword. Mike, why the fuck didn't you just guess that?
That's why I didn't want to answer your question, Mike.
Yeah, because like I said,
as soon as I guessed the other one, I was like, oh, it might be Skyward Sword.
Yeah. That's what I was just saying. I don't remember if they managed to port the.
I don't think the motion
controls.
I don't think the motion controls are current.
Yeah.
All right, we'll do one more because that didn't take super long. Lucky Tail. Game number 3. Let the questioning commence.
Does this game feature Ernest P. Worrell?
No.
Todd, any questions?
Is Pee Wee Herman in this game?
You have to ask Paul Rubens.
Mike,
Paul Rubens.
Mike, you got anything?
So is Paul Rubens not in this game?
No.
Yeah, we need to know this.
Okay.
Okay. This isn't really a question about the game itself. More to the point.
Don't stoop to their level, Mike.
Does Ernest P. Worrell appear in any video game like ever?
I don't.
Like,
I don't think so.
That's just.
I was just gonna Google if
probably.
Paul Rubens was ever a voice actor in a video game.
I think he's in some of the Lego Star Wars games.
Who, Paul Rubens?
Yeah.
Really?
Probably. Anyway,
I
guess I should have.
After.
Yeah, I guess I could ask a real question.
Doing it right now.
Is this game multiplayer? Not multi-platform, multiplayer.
Ooh, this is an interesting predicament that we've come across. Brenden doesn't know if it's multiplayer.
Yeah, I don't actually know. Hold on. I need to just Google the question.
Let me ask you in another way. Can you play with more than one person?
According to a quick Google search, I don't believe there is multiplayer in this game. If there is multiplayer in this game, it is not at all prominent or primary.
Okay.
Quick fun fact that Paul Rubens voiced Willard Wyler in Call of Duty Infinite Warfare.
See?
There you go.
Great.
So it's not Infinite Warfare. Is this game multiplat?
Yes.
Is it on the current generation of systems?
Yes.
Did it release on the current generation of systems?
Hold on. I have to double check that because I don't remember when the current generation came out.
It's Keanu Reeves voiced anyone in this game. Oh.
I was answering Dom saying no, and I'll answer Todd saying
no,
yes.
I know. No. What?
Wait, what was Todd's question?
All right. It's
Cyberpunk. Oh,
Cyberpunk.
that's not Keanu Reeves.
Wait, something about Keanu Reeves? What is it?
I asked if Keanu Reeves voices anyone in this game.
I
He
said
said
yes.
I said Cyberpunk.
Okay, all right. You do have to give me the full title, but yes, Todd, it is Cyberpunk.
Wait, really? What the fuck? How have me and Mike both guessed like games like blindly, and we're just like,
I mean, you asked if Keanu Reeves is in it.
Yeah, but I'm saying like the fact that was even right is fucking wild to me. It's like...
Yeah, it is a stupid question for you to ask, but it did work out in this one time.
Well, I know. I was actually thinking like, oh, let's see if it's the one video game that Keanu did.
Was he in one of the SpongeBob games?
He's in a movie.
He was in the SpongeBob movie.
I know. Did they do a game for the movie? Was he in
the
game?
I don't know.
Maybe.
But it looks like Cyberpunk came out a few months later on next gen.
Oh, fuck yeah! You know what? I forgot that it came out. Yeah, because it failed miserably on all the previous gens.
That's why I was like, I don't know if it launched. I think it came out later. All right. Well, that leaves the week at the same place it was before. Everyone got 1 point. So that leaves with Todd and Dom still tied at 34 now, and Mike is at 24. And that has been episode 380, and we will see you next time.